Here's a scenario that has played out far too many times in my life, and I'm guessing you'll relate. Sometimes while reading a novel, I get my phone to check the meaning of a word. Instead, I open the phone and end up scrolling. 30 minutes are gone, maybe even an hour. I then decide to put an end to it at some point and come back to the book, only to realize I never even searched the word I picked up the phone for. If you've been there, drop your version in the comments. Let's see how many of us are caught in the same loop. Try this simple experiment and I'll let you be the judge here. Delete Instagram, Snapchat, Facebook, YouTube, or any messenger you might have, including WhatsApp for a day. Now observe what happens. You'll start noticing bizarre automatic behaviors that almost feels robotic. One is what researchers call touching. I know it sounds very wrong, but hear me out. This is when you reach for the phone, press the lock screen open, and close it again for no apparent reason. 2 is when you start off the same way, but then open the menu and scroll through the app list, again for no apparent reason. What you're witnessing are the ghosts of a habit. You remove the reward, but the action remains. This behavior is called habitual automation. I noticed this a couple of years back when I decided to quit social media. Eventually the itch wears off. And I wouldn't be lying if I said I've had the best years of my life since. When you repeat behaviors under a particular setting, you eventually do it without even consciously giving an instruction. That is a habit. Any habit is based off a cue. Feeling anxious or bored can be an internal cue. Getting a notification or seeing a particular snack can be an external cue. This will usually be in a particular setting or context. Example, whether you're using the phone or the laptop, or you're at your home alone or at a restaurant or work. This in turn will elicit a particular response, like opening the phone, eating a snack, or watching porn. Once repeated enough times, a cue will elicit an automatic response. Why? Because there was some reward associated with it. Reward gives behavioral reinforcement. For media use, rewards can be informational, like your newsfeed. Awareness, to know if somebody is online or has posted something, or to see what is happening in other people's life. Social interaction through your messaging apps, or validation that you get through likes and reaction to status update, and even sexual gratification through apps like Instagram and TikTok. Another interesting thing is that such habit of seeking information is not just limited to humans, but also studied in monkeys. Again, all this is only going to be problematic if you are a goal-oriented person with many things to do and want to do better with your time to indulge in hobbies, study, socialize, or work on getting better at something you enjoy. And you feel bad about wasting time against your free will and have trouble stopping it. But I have met people who are genuinely like, I don't have any hobbies, nor do I have something better to do. I'd rather spend my free time scrolling through social media or laughing at memes. They have no guilt about this, and that is absolutely fine. And believe me, I'm not telling this in a condescending way. So how do you know if your habit has crossed the line into addiction? Ask yourself, is it hard to control? Do you feel guilt over how much time you're losing? Does it interfere with your work, hobbies, or relationships? If the answer is yes, then your habit has most likely turned addictive. Remember, there is a thin line between a habit and an addiction. And more often than not, habits become stepping stone towards addiction. Needless to say, habits aren't inherently bad. They're designed to save mental effort when we repeat tasks. But when companies exploit this tendency to make a buck or two at the expense of your time and willpower, then it becomes problematic. Now, social media algorithms are designed to identify and provide you with the most persuasive cues tailored to get a response from you. It's seamless, gives updates about the people you follow, can refresh feed with a drag of thumb. There's short content which shifts with a swipe. You get badges, likes, votes. All of these can result in powerful habitual rewards. To the point, even if you remove the reward, the habit still continues. Remember the example of touching scrolling that we saw even after uninstalling the app? Imagine a Saturday night when most people are out with their friends. You feel disconnected. That becomes a cue and you respond by checking your phone for notifications. If you get one, that's a gold mine of dopamine. You click it and feel connected. But if you did not get one, then your response will probably be to go through apps to see if you have any notifications. If yes, then you get a moderate amount of dopamine and feel connected. If no, then you'd feel disconnected again. You'd probably be trying to grasp at strands by scrolling through the feed to get any low level dopamine hits, a low reward likelihood. These are all the factors that determine if your habit turns into an addiction. By constantly using social media passively, we are taking away time from other aspects of our life. This is called displacement theory. Studies also show that the amount of time spent on social media isn't problematic, but it's when it becomes habitual that it starts affecting relationship and your performance. When we repeat low effort, high reward behavior, we are overworking our dopaminergic system and underworking our executive network. To increase awareness of all these issues, Oxford University recognized the term brain rot, which means this mental fatigue or intellectual deterioration by being preoccupied with low quality media. And hey, low quality media has always been around. We grew up watching shows like WWE, Roadies, and all that, and even this garbage show nowadays like Big Boss. But the thing is, they were aired on TV for a restricted amount of time. But with social media and its algorithms, people can get lost in them for hours. This inability to self-control will also spill over to other less salient behavior. Example, you start losing control of your media use. Those are mostly the days you also tend to relapse on other addictions. You watch excess porn, binge drink, or eat too many sweets. Now, if you realize this is problematic for you, then how are you going to fix this? Understand the cue. Understand what makes you reach out and disrupt that cue. Is it external cues like notifications? Turn it off. Seeing a phone and accidentally touching it? Then keep it away in another room. Is it internal cue like boredom? Replace it with something else more productive. Do physical activity, go for a walk, read a book, drop by a friend, play an instrument. Make your distractions harder to reach and your passions easier to access. Delete apps. Make it so that you have to install them to use. Remove fingerprint access and replace with logging in with email, password. Keep phone further away. Make it easier to access books, guitar, etc. You can even restrict yourself to an old Nokia phone for when you need to focus. Put lock screen with wordings of warning or encouragement. It helps add another layer of cognitive control. Allow yourself to vocalize these words. Try to fix a particular time in a day to see all your notifications. That way you're using habit formation for your own good. It's also seen that giving intermittent, unpredictable rewards help develop alternate habits. Create alternative reward systems. Gamify learning. Celebrate new habits. Let dopamine work for you instead of against you. We didn't grow up in a world of infinite scrolls, but now that it's inevitable, we need tools to survive it. If your phone is stealing your time, your energy, your passion, maybe it's time to ask yourself, who's really in control here? Drop a comment if you ever fought back against a bad habit, or if you're about to start today. And remember, recognizing the problem is already half the battle done.